Episode we found a sea. Actually, I skipped that bit off, moved it off camera, but yeah. So we found a sea nestled among the trees, blinds here, which is kind of weird. I mean, he doesn't see really. So let's ask him about something. After explaining the intent of your journey, the sea activates its crystal ball, allowing you to see the strength and weaknesses of your opponents. So yeah, this is essentially a thieves guild, or this is what a thieves guild would give us if we had all the if we had another thieves guilds essentially. So we are still we're actually the second in terms of castles, which means Orange does not have any castles right now because they have less than we have. Green has 2 castles. I suppose he took the one from Orange. We all have 2 heroes. I have most gold, which is weird. I also seem to have the most wooden ore, which is, I suppose, to be expected. I have very little magic resources because I didn't get 2 mines until very recently. They're on the obelisk on this map, so that's not a point at all. I have most artifacts, which is I think 2 or 3. I have the most total army strength. This is an important stat. You definitely want this to be always on your side. And I have the most income because apparently I think they don't have... Actually, I think the statue is a building that every city can have, although it looks a bit different for everybody. This is a mutant zombie, the upgraded version of the zombie. Very nasty creature. And not too dangerous though. Zombies are very slow, even in this very early game that features zombies. We haven't been here yet, so let's do that. Okay, I think next turn we can actually... Yeah, Orange player has been vanquished. This might just be the case because the Orange player has been unable to retake a town. If you lose your last town, you have 7 days to, well, get a town. Otherwise, you will be banished. So you will be defeated by... okay, now we'll actually go for estates because I think navigation is pointless on this level. And this game is not yet as far as giving you, or as keeping your skill points. So you don't... every hero starts at level 1 next scenario. Also does have a countdown. I keep forgetting this. It really irritates me. Okay. 10 minutes, go. So we can still not buy this. Why can I not buy this? I have... oh. You know what? This is the time for the marketplace. I have way too much wood. And way too much of this. But I want my cloud castle, so give me that. We can actually upgrade this to Titans. And the Titan is the strongest. And I mean the strongest. The absolute strongest ranged unit in the game. Actually, we should check the... okay, blue players, the most powerful forces. That's nice. What I want to say is there's one rumor of the barkeep that says a Titan can even give a black dragon, which is the strongest dragon, and the strongest melee unit in the game, I guess. I think, no, a black dragon can eat a Titan for breakfast. That's the way. So yeah, that's essentially going to say that the Black Dragon is the strongest unit in the game as far as I know. However, it's all a matter of numbers, really. If you have a huge pile of Titans, they can mob up everything. Now, wow, the mutant zombies actually go for us. Should not be much of a problem, to be honest, because we have strength in numbers and we have ranged units. What I would like is actually an offensive or a beneficial spell. Like a Bloodthirst is a great thing to have. It will increase the damage of a troop. So if you basically buff up your own troops to ridiculous degrees, and that's definitely possible, I've done that, you can have so much fun. Okay, let's move those down here. Because we can use the boars to kill those 2 zombies. There we go. Down they go. I think mages are a bit overpowered. especially the Archmages. And this gets worse in later installments, like this would be a horrible thing to use against the Archmages in Heroes 5, which had an attack that essentially pierced everything, so I could have killed both of those stacks in one go. Well, maybe not killed them, but wiped out most of them. By the way, I can also end the fight with a spell, but I don't think it's likely to happen in this battle. Yeah, no point in having that. And there was no point in wasting mana here either, so let's just do that. We'll go with Scouting to avoid the completely useless skill. By the way, artifacts are the same as the Heroes 1. You have those slots and they are all equipped. There is no way to unequip. Okay, through a clearing you observe an ancient artifact. Unfortunately it's guarded by a nearby genie. Do you want to fight the genie for the artifact? Genies are very, very difficult. Discretion is the better part of valor, and you decide to avoid this fight for today. Why did I do that? The thing is, genies have one annoying ability. Oh nice, visions. And that is, they have a chance to make half the enemy army vanish. I suppose they just assume that would be your wish. So, yeah, half the enemy army just vanishes into thin air. And that is, well, bad for half the army. And bad for the other half that remains. Because, yeah, you can lose tons of troops with that. It also has a chance to trigger on their retaliation. However, we might be going... Yeah, let's just do it. This is one genie. Okay, maybe we can slow it down. That sounds like a reasonable idea. You can skip your turn, attack with you. Okay, this went better than I was expecting. Okay, victorious, you take your prize, the Power Axe of Dominion, which gives us +2 attack. Nice. Okay, yeah, I was worried because, as I said, if this had hit us once, then we might have been in trouble. Because losing half your army, well, depending on the army that is hit, it kinda sucks more or less. Oh, this is a hill fort. Hill forts are great. Having access to that essentially means we don't have to upgrade anything. Actually, it means we still have to upgrade something, but it means we can save money, because we can now upgrade all our troops for, well, much less than we could otherwise. I'll show you that. An unusual alliance of orcs, ogres and dwarves of the train upgrade any such troops brought to them. Unfortunately, you have none with you. Alright, they were working differently in this game. So if we had dwarves or ogres or orcs, we could upgrade them here for free. So barbarians and sorceresses are very, very advantageous. Have a very huge advantage here. Okay, let's trade some of that, because I want this upgraded cloud castle. Now it gets towers now, but those won't help us. However, having titans will help us tremendously. Giants, by the way, don't have range attack, so they are not that useful. Actually, they are useful, but not that strong. Oh, if those would join me, that would be amazing, but I won't push my luck in that regard. I think I'm better off with that hero for now. By the way, I think those cost 5 grand a piece. Wow. Wow, that's expensive. They are so expensive. They cost you I think 2 gems. Is it 2 gems? Yeah, 2 gems. So, yeah. Tier 6 troops, very expensive. Ridiculously expensive. Totally worth it, but very expensive. Okay, this should not be too much of a problem. I think we fought bigger stacks before. I'm not sure if unicorns have a chance to resist magic. I would hope they don't. I would sincerely hope they don't. Okay, let's magic arrow them. This is actually a weird case, because I just realized I'm not learning any good, or well, good. I'm not learning the very powerful spells right now, and those are what can make or break a wizard hero. If he has the spell of enemy explodification, then let's just keep him here. By the way, something you should keep in mind when you move troops, when you move troops that are big, this marker here will only will show you where the hindquarters of the creature are going to be. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you move around, this is where the well, the back part of the creature will be. In this case, the hindquarters. I'm not sure how it is on this side because you rarely have I rarely found myself on this side. I think it's the same on this side though. I'd have to check that, but I think it is always where the back part of the creature would end up. Okay, let's hope for that. I just realized we didn't have luck for a while. Quite a while actually. And wow, 6 balls. That's a lot. Ah, shouldn't have killed that. Had he not killed that, we'd probably not have lost that one mage. We would have lost him now. Okay, kill those. Magic arrow. Those. Could have blinded them as well, but screw that. Okay, let's attack those. Why did they get another retaliation? Oh, because new round, I guess. Is that sorted out? How can you blind an iron golem? I mean, I can see how you blind those balls, but how can you blind the golem? He doesn't even have eyes. I guess it's because golems count as living creatures, which is why they can have morale. Because I don't think they went with mechanical creatures in this game. I was expecting less losses. Because I think everything that is not undead is considered a living creature here. I suppose that made it easier. In later games we don't have that anymore. I was hoping you would scatter. So yeah, again, I'll just show you here. I mean, the fact that we can move here is a telltale sign, but yeah, this will always be the hind part of the golem. Of the wall. Just if you play this and if you're wondering, it's sometimes useful because you don't want to move too close. Because if you think that's the front part and you move it one row too far, you might expose your unit and you don't want that. Let's move the steel golems forward. We have a lot of them, so they should be able to take care of the weakened stacks. Let's not use the boars. I'll probably keep the golems in my lines and remove the boars if I go for the titans. I mean, I will definitely go for the titans, but that is the plan for now. I like the rocs too much. I like to keep those in because first off, they have pretty decent stats and they can fly, which makes them very useful, especially in siege battles. And sieges are one of the things you will see a lot of in Heroes. Especially in Heroes 2, I mean, the addition of both a mode, actually not just both, of a mode as well as things like the more turrets, a city gate for once. You finally have a city gate. So there's a drawbridge. You can use that to your at your leisure. Oh, that's good. I actually wanted to cast a spell here. I think they actually have a chance of resisting it. So let's see. That's 30 damage. You have no, it does normal damage though. Magic arrow does 10 times spell damage. Let's actually show that on check. but yeah, it does 10 times the spell power damage to the enemy troop. By the way, there is an artifact that is, I think it's the ammo card, that gives you infinite ammunition. You definitely want that, although most troops will not run out of ammo in a normal fight. It happened very rarely to me, to be honest. At least if I remember correctly. It is very rare that troops actually run out of ammo. We want to keep them there, because very slow means they should only get here or there. That is, of course, assuming that morale doesn't bite me in the arse here. Okay, attack those. And those. And those. Oh, those golems are sturdy. Gotta give him that. I keep forgetting that. Magic arrow. Actually, no. Let's eliminate one from the equation, and let's go for this guy, because he's closer to my troops. Also, we want to move the Iron Golem up, so he's closer to the enemy he is going to fight next. Stop killing my rocs! Thing. Die! There we go. Okay, this is still a stack of 10. That really sucks. Blinding them is kind of pointless now, because they would be unblinded the moment they take damage. Which means, well, we wouldn't have them blind for very long, because we kind of have to attack one of them. I mean, otherwise we just have the mother of all stalemates here, and that's not overly desirable. Yeah, it was to be expected that they go for the ranged troops. They always do that. They always go for the ranged troops if they can. I should say for obvious reasons. It's gonna cost another rock, but we'll go and hire more next time we get to the castle, which we will do very soon. Also, did I set up my countdown run out? I think it ran out. Yeah. So we'll probably cut the video after this battle, and I'll get to uploading, I guess. Okay, we can get leadership and scouting. We have the telescope, so I don't think we need more scouting, so let's go with ballistics. Okay. You come to a lavish shrine attended by a group of high priests. In exchange for your patronage, they agree to teach you a sophisticated spell, Death Wave. This attacks all non-undead spells. There is a Death Ripple, which is a smaller version of this. It's a spell you don't really want to use as a non-necromancer. However, there's one exception from this. And that is, there is an artifact, I forgot the name, I think it's a dependent of death or something, that makes your troops immune to it. There's also a holy pendant of that, which is the, what was it called? The Holy Word and Holy Shout, I think, which only attacks undead, and there is also I think the Amulet of Death makes you immune to that. So yeah, there are artifacts that make you immune to that, so you can use, for example, if you have two Necromancer heroes battling each other, the one with this artifact will have the advantage. Okay, Swordsman. I think there is one of us who has Swordsman. Okay, screw off. We need... Okay, this one Titan actually is stronger than those 9 boars. I can tell you that much. We'll leave Sarakin in there, and I'll cut the video here. See you next time. Bye!